and I'm going to be showing you some from the past. One of the things I've been involved with my fly tying career is setting up fly tying theaters and been involved with the many conclaves that fly fishing groups and clubs have over the country. And they really highlight tyers that you may not have ever met. And one of the best ones is one in Idaho, both the Western Idaho Expo and the Eastern Idaho Expo, which is in Idaho Falls. They've been doing these fly tying get-togethers for a long time. We're talking over 30 years. So I want to do some highlights from some that I filmed in 2009 and 2010. And you'll get a chance to meet some names you know, and maybe some names you didn't know. And one of the nice things about tying at these expos is all the excitement and sounds of people going around telling lots and lots of fly fishing stories. Most of them may be exaggerated. But one of the nice things about the theater is you get a chance to listen to the tyers talk about their experiences and answer questions. I think you're going to enjoy them. We're going to start this week with several. We'll try to give you the most information. And I know some of you are going to say, wow, you know, I don't know about the materials. Well, these are really uncut. So, you know, you do your best on figuring it out. But I think you're going to enjoy the interaction with the crowd and with the tyers. And really uncut and I think extremely fun. Let's get going.
This next fly tyer is a Boise resident. However, his real fame as a fly tyer and a fly fishing guide came on the South Fork River in eastern Idaho. Now that's the South Fork of the Snake, where he learned the guiding skills to become one of the best guides, but most important, as one of the best fly tyers on the river. His flies represent so many of the different types of food sources that our western fish have. From the cicada that he's about to tie, to some of the other foam flies that, of course, inhabit our western rivers, imitating the stones and the hoppers, to the intricate of emergers. Ken Burkholder is the master tyer. His, of course, I guess everybody has their standard fly, and his fly, of course, is the club sandwich. Great name, great fly, but there's many more flies in Ken's repertoire than just the club sandwich. We're going to start off with a favorite of mine, the cicada. So I'm going to turn it over to Ken.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Ken Burkholder from Boise, Idaho. And today I'll be tying a few flies that have proven themselves effective for me. I'm going to start right off today with a fly called the barcada, which is a cicada pattern that I've developed. This is what it looks like right here. It has wings that are shaped like a cicada. I made these wings by using natural wings as a template on a Xerox machine, copying them, making a stamp, and there's my wing right there, and I'm going to tie that on. So let's get started here. I'm going to make a thread base with 3/0 unithread. I've taken a piece of 1/4 inch foam and I fashioned it kind of like an odd-shaped football. I'm going to tie the shorter part of this football on top of the shank, and then eventually I will fold it over. I'm going to make a nice bullet shape on this foam on top of the hook. I'm going to tie this thread off right now momentarily. I want to make sure that my body is perfectly perpendicular to my hook. And I'm going to put a little super glue along the base here on the underside to keep it in place. This will keep it from twisting on the hook, and that's really important. I will also put a little super glue on top. And then I will take it out of the vise and just let it dry. So here's a body that's been bound on the hook, super glued, and now all I need to do is do the ribbing and finish this. So I'm going to put my thread on here. I'm going to wind it down, and I'm going to add the ribbing, which is going to be one piece of pearl olive flashabou and a piece of 6/0 hot orange Danville's unwaxed thread. I'm going to bind them on the top of the fly and hold it just short of the end of the foam. That way it will start wrapping easily. We're going to begin ribbing with the flashabou. Just work it nice and evenly up to the head. And then we'll tie this off. Then we're going to rib with the hot orange thread in between the flashabou segments. I'm going to now tie this off. Behind, I'm going to start my thread right here at the point where I'm going to bind it down after I fold it over to form the head. Tie the thread, I fold this over, and I bind it down. So there you have your head. And that looks very much like the profile of a natural cicada, which is really important. In order for me to keep this foam tight to the body, I'm going to super glue this. And press it and hold it down, and it will stay put. It won't go anywhere. You can get rid of the excess super glue with the end of a paper match if you like. Okay, here's my wing that I have made. And we're going to fold this over and tie it on. Just like so. I'll tie the legs on with a couple pieces of sexy floss, one on either side. And then I'll tie it off. I'm going to finish gluing this fly now. Just watch what I do here. I like super glue because it keeps everything in place. It won't fall apart. It just makes a really, really durable fly. And then I'm going to use this super glue brush and just brush the body on the bottom and the underside. Then trim the legs. And that's a barcada. What I did is I took a pair of cicada wings from the insect, and I put them on a copying machine, and I made an outline of the wings on paper. Then I put them together in such a fashion. Can you see this? To where I can just cut this out and fold it over like a valentine. And have a pair of wings. It looks real. Well, essentially what I did is I made a stamp. I made a rubber stamp out of the imprint from the paper that I made off the Xerox machine. Hold it down. Is that good? Can you see it? You see it? There's the stamp.
Now see where you're at right now, Ken?
Yes.
That's when you can anything you show, that's where you want to show.
Okay. So this is the wing pattern that I'm stamping on material to either burn or cut out.